Welcome back. Set to begin the second half with Caleb Henry kicking off to the Wilson Warriors. 28-0, Deshler on top of Wilson in his sixth game of the year. Tigers on the road next Friday night for the next couple of weeks.
East Lawrence and Ardmore.
Yep. Henry with another deep kickoff down to the 6-yard line and near the sideline. He'll bring it out to the 20. Big hole at the 30, 35, 40-yard line, breaking free at midfield before Ryan Goodlow will scoop him up. Great return that time. William Pate, the senior, 5'5", and he shot out of there and was wide open up the middle of the field, and that ought to get the Tigers' attention as he takes it to the 46-yard line of Deshler on the opening kickoff of the second half. And Austin Sullivan checking in the game now. He'll begin the second half in the defensive backfield for Deshler.
I admire him, Jimmy, just for taking it and shooting upfield.
So
the legs that have been hit.
Yeah. First and 10, Wilson. Kennedy under center. He's been held to only 12 yards rushing by the stingy Deshler defense in the first half. First and 10, he's looking to throw. Big rush by May. He's going to launch it deep. Bates is there and comes down with his second interception of the night. Jonathan Bates will be caught from behind at the 32-yard line. But Jonathan Bates with 2 interceptions in his senior homecoming campaign. And it's first and 10, Deshler Tigers. They're in business at their own 32. Some other scores real quickly, Keith.
Yeah, at the half, Sparkman is beating Florence 22-14, and
that's a shocker.
Brooks was beating Central 21-7. Said Brooks scored just at the end of half. Said Central had been playing them very tough, but Brooks scored right before the half to make it 21-7.
14-0 at the half. Our last report, Russellville over Muscle Shoals. We do our best, folks, to keep you up to date all around Northwest Alabama football during the broadcast. They'll give to Gardner, and Wright and Gardner get tripped up, and so Wright brings down the fullback.
That's his first tackle of the night.
I don't know what happened on that. Second and 10, Deshler, 28-0 leading, beginning of third quarter.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication right there. One of them was supposed to step back and couldn't tell which one, but brings up a second. He got back to the line of scrimmage with a second and 10.
Minor at the wing back, the sophomore, and D'Anthony Summerhill, and they'll give to Gardner over the right side. Parker Wright on the carry. And so things discombobulated there offensively for Deshler. Lethargic coming out here in the third quarter. I couldn't tell. It looked like it was designed for Gardner, but Wright wound up with it for a yard gain. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, he either bobbled it and had to fall back on it, or they missed the handoff. Like I said, he couldn't tell.
I don't know. Jonathan Bates checks in for the Tigers. Next week, East Lawrence on the road, and then the week after that, Ardmore on the road, and then back home for the game of the year, Brooks. And here's a 5-yard penalty against the Deshler Tigers, marked off back to the 29-yard line, an illegal substitution. And looks like players may have gotten caught up in the homecoming festivities at the half as well.
Yeah, they must have been down here watching the introduction instead of listening to the coach.
Man, 3rd and 15 now out of the shotgun. Wright bobbles a snap, going to run for his life, and he'll have it incomplete, and a dangerous pass by Parker Wright as he was in the grasp and just launched it out to anybody, and that could have been picked off, folks, and we're lucky to escape there. And my, oh my, I don't know what we said in the locker room.
Well, like I said, let's give credit. Maybe Wilson's coaches did a good job of motivating their guys at half.
Take that route.
They did come out and start to pass early on, so they didn't come out trying to grind the clock. So we'll see. We'll adjust here and come back out strong next series.
Dylan Boston has tipped his second punt, and he's got another good kick, end-over-end kick that will bounce down at about the 38-yard line, and not the pretty spiral that he's capable of, because I've seen it, Keith, but he's getting it out of there, and just the force of his leg is punting that ball. That was another 38-yard punt.
He's a power punter, isn't he? He just powers the ball down the field. Yeah, he just comes out of there just as big as he is with his size, and he'll, after he gets used to punting here and it settles down, right now he's hurrying a little bit to make sure he gets it off, he'll start getting some of those nice high spirals.
Coach Brianna Rutland having a little lecture with the linemen and the backs for the Deshler Tigers. He did not like what he saw. He's the offensive backfield coach for the Tigers. 1st and 10 Wilson. They'll give the fullback an absolutely nothing. My, oh my, what a defensive front the Tigers have in 09.
Yeah, Chris May just almost took the handoff. I mean, he's just blowing his guy up into the backfield.
Folks, he's been gimpy tonight, hit on his wrist, I think, a couple of times tonight. And I'll be honest with you, 6'5", I know, Keith, but I'm ready to get him out of there tonight.
Yeah. Well, most of the time you'll find your coaches, even in a big lead, they want the guys to come out, get loose after the half, and play at least those first couple of series. And I notice that's the same thing they do in colleges and everything. It's just such a fine line.
28-0. Tigers on top. 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Wilson, their second possession. Jonathan Bates with a couple of interceptions tonight for the Tigers. They'll fake to the fullback, Canterdy. He is just hog-tied by Ryan Goodlow for no gain. And the defense, they certainly have not come out slow in this second half. They are ready to play some football. Already an interception, and now forced Wilson into a 3rd and 10. And that's Blazer, Mills, May, and Evan Ferguson across the front. And then Goodlow, Charles Jackson, J.R. White at the linebackers, and Ballou, Bates, Jamel Morris in the defensive secondary for Deshler.
Yeah, we seem to just, as the season gets deeper and deeper, sort of getting that reputation of having a really stingy defense. You know, that's just going to be, they're going to show up every night. The offense is going to do what they need to do to put some
Kinda
points
like
on the
hitting
board.
in baseball.
Yeah, but they're just going to they're going to show up every night, and we just seem to be getting better every week.
Canterday seems to be a little stunned out there. I guess they gave him a little bit of a break and didn't call timeout, but he was headed back to the huddle, and then he kind of just stopped like he didn't know where he was at.
Boy, a big lick by Ryan Goodlow. Tigers shifting quickly, 3rd and 10. And J.R. White on a fumble. Canterdy's able to fall back on it at the 35-yard line, but White from his linebacker spot timed the snap perfectly, and he got in there before the exchange. And Lane Canterdy is slow to get up once again, and he'll hobble off on 4th down and 13 for Wilson. 28-0, Tigers on top with 8 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, he's definitely, I can't really tell if he's limping or if he's just groggy from something. You made a good call a minute ago. You called him hog-tied. The way Ryan took him down, he sort of had him almost like a wrestling move. He went down head first, and he hasn't been exactly right since then.
Keith, a long way to go in this year, Tim, but this defensive team has a chance at least to be some of those guys that 10 years or 20 years from now, when they come back for their reunions, they've got at least an opportunity to be able to say, yeah, I was on that defense in 09.
They've been really special all year, Jimmy. Like you say, they've given up 2 touchdowns since the Russell game.
That's right.
And haven't really been tested, but they've answered every test that they've been given. They've just been phenomenal.
28-0, Tigers on top. Wilson will take a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
Ball right here on Rock 105.5, the Big Dog.
The punt from Wilson, trying to kick it away from Ballou. It'll bounce down and be down by Wilson at the 31-yard line of the Tigers. And folks, we want to take a little bit of time here and say a special Tiger hello tonight to the class of 1975, celebrating 35 years. And Mr. Brad Phillips and his bunch listening to Tiger Football, and they listen each and every week. And Brad, want to tell you how much we appreciate you and what you do to support the Tigers, and all the folks in the class of 75. Welcome back, welcome home.
Yeah, and great that they're out. Said they're riding in a boat or something listening. So y'all be careful and listen to the Tigers, and we'll try to get you some more points here.
1st and 10, Deshler now, right under center. Gardner the fullback, Minor and Summerhill. Summerhill come in motion. They'll give it to D. Anthony over the right side. And I tell you, the Warriors have come to play here in the second half, and they'll drop Summerhill for no gain. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 31-yard line with the Tigers on top, 28-0.
Yeah, they seem to come out with a new attitude in the second half, and we're yet to get in any kind of flow offensively.
No, really.
You know, we seem to be trying to decide what we want to do. So
2nd and 10. Now in the shotgun is Wright. Will Miner will split to the right side. He's lost. Now he gets set, and Parker Wright will call timeout. So Will Miner getting his first start as a sophomore tonight at wingback, unsure on that play, and the Tigers wisely take timeout. And going back to Brad Phillips, Keith, just a wonderful baseball player I know at Deshler High School, along with his brother Keith. And I tell you, getting married, Beverly Vassar, and man, is that a prize now? I mean, you talk about out-kicking your coverage. Now, Brad has done it big time, and I think sometime around the first of the year. So congratulations to Brad and Beverly. Make a great pair.
Yeah, they do. Beverly's class of 78, graduated with her. She's a good friend, and Brad too. And, yeah, congratulations. And, yeah, he did out-kick his coverage on that.
You know what we used to say? I was about 5 years behind y'all, and that Beverly was the kind of girl, you know, she came over to the junior high building, and he's like, oh, did y'all see Beverly come by? I mean, she's that beautiful, you know.
Yeah, she was a
classy gal too. So, congratulations, Brad and Beverly. We love you here on Tiger Football. 6:48 to go in the third. 28-0. Deshler on top. Parker Wright back under center after the timeout, facing 2nd and 10 at his 31. Summerhill in motion. Wright going to roll out, looking to throw. Got time. Going to launch one out for Will Miner, and it's complete. The timeout pays off, and Miner has it inside Wilson territory at the 46-yard line. Another great throw by the senior Parker Wright. He's on fire tonight, folks, and moving the football through the air.
Yeah, 25-yard completion. You had two guys down there. Had Will Miner open short, had Ben Norwood behind him deep. He chose a shorter route, and good throw and catch.
Hey, and Keith, that's worth the timeout. Will Miner, they tell him where to go. He figures it out and does a great pattern and makes the catch. Inside now, Wilson territory, 1st and 10, Deshler. Lead by 28-0. Give to Gardner over the right side. He shucks one and can't the next three at the linebacker. He'll have about 4 tough yards down to the 42-yard line, make it 2nd and 6, Deshler. So Parker Wright moving them through the air, and Deshler on the march.
Yeah, still a good 4 or 5 yard run right there, Jimmy. And, you know, we talk about this some. You got to still keep giving that ball to that fullback to make that wing T run. You know, that's the start of it.
7 carries for 70 yards tonight, 2 touchdowns. 2nd down, 6. Right under center, Kai Cole split to the left side. Double wing set, Miner in motion. Wright going to look to throw it. Rolling out, looking deep. Now he's scrambling, and he'll launch it out of bounds, incomplete along the Wilson sideline. Norwood catches it, but it's well out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd down and 7, but good decision making by the senior.
Yeah, good call right there, Jimmy, because he did what he was supposed to do. Nobody was open. There wasn't even really any room for him to turn it up and run, so he threw the ball where nobody could catch it. Like I said, Ben did catch the ball, but he was a couple yards out of bounds. So good play by Parker, just managing the game, doing what he's supposed to do.
And the line doing a good job giving him time to throw. Big conversion play now on 3rd down and 6. Ball at the Wilson 41. Give it to Gardner over the left side. He breaks it inside. May have had a hold of the outside that time, but chose to turn it up, and he'll stumble forward for about 5 yards. It'll be 4th down and 1 now, Deshler, and here comes J.R. White and Dylan Boston into the lineup. 4th and 1, ball at the 37-yard line after the gain of 5 by Gardner.
Here comes the big package, and this is where you've always got to be able to get that 1 yard.
Yeah.
You know, you should have something in your playbook that gets you that 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1.
Straight T backfield behind Wright. They'll give to J.R. White, and he'll fall forward for the 1st down just inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Deshler with 5 minutes to go in the third, leading 28-0. Will Miner checks back in for Dylan Boston.
Yeah, Wilson's still doing a good job, Jimmy, of coming out. Like you said, 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and we've yet to put any points up on the board. And,
a lot of pride
give them credit.
Give them credit. Got their traveling royal blue pants, the white jersey with the royal numbers, and the white helmets with a number on either side. Wright under center on 1st and 10, just inside the 35. Give to Summerhill around the right side. He's got Jason Zack out there trying to make a block, and Summerhill will have it for about 5 to the 30. Zack just could not quite get on that corner. Good job defensively by Wilson. and it'll be 2nd down and 5 to go for the Deshler Tigers.
Still doing a good job, though, every time, Jimmy, on 1st down, getting like 5 yards.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot easier to call plays when you're 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10.
3rd quarter quickly ticking away. Russellville's 14, Muscle Shoals nothing late in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down, we'll call it 6 to go after the spot, and they'll give to Summerhill over the right side. He tries to jump the pile, and he'll haul a couple of would-be tacklers with him for a tough 3 yards to the 28, where it'll be 3rd and about 3. Tim, good tough running by the senior tailback. Little tougher go tonight, 10 carries, 48 yards for Summerhill.
Wilson's doing a good job in there, trying to limit our running game. And the yards are tough to come by in the middle and on the outside as well.
You got to watch. So, Jimmy, I was watching the game the other night, and a boy had 9 carries for 9 yards, and next play went 82 yards, and he had 10 for 100. So,
3rd and 3. Give to Gardner over the left side. He's got a 1st down. Still on his feet inside the 20 to the 19-yard line goes Jay Gardner, a tough running fullback, and his 1st and 10 Deshler. And a new score, 21-0 now. Russellville extends their lead over the Trojans. And with 3:19 here at Howard Chapel, it's 28-0 Tigers on top of Wilson.
Yeah. Point I was making is D. Anthony's the type of back, you just keep giving it to him, and in a minute he'll break you a long run, and he'll change that average quick.
1st and 10, Deshler just inside the 20. Right, looking to throw. Scrambling now, looking. He's going to have it downfield, overthrown, intended for Minor. He got hammered as he went high in the air at the 5-yard line, and it's incomplete. But a safe throw, Tim Ballantyne, is if Minor doesn't get it, nobody does.
Good heads-up play by Parker, just not trying to force it in there where somebody could pick it off because the coverage was there.
20-0 Russell. Jimmy, they missed the extra point.
Parker Wright, 9 of 15 for 117 yards and a touchdown on the night. So one of the questions a lot of the folks on the street, Keith, talking about, what about our passing game? Well, we're answering the bell tonight, and Parker doing a good job building a lot of confidence for that late run. Give to Summerhill this time over the left side, and he'll stumble his way for about 4 to the 16-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 6 yards to go deep in Wilson territory with the Tigers up 28-0. It started with a Dion Ballou kickoff return of 72 yards, and then Jay Gardner with a couple of touchdown runs of 13 and 40 yards, and then the 16-yard touchdown pass, Parker Wright to Jonathan Bates.
Yeah, it's good offense right here. 3rd and 6, Jimmy. We'll see if he rolls out and looks for Ben Norwood, who he's been looking for most of the night.
Shotgun formation. Wright looking. Now he's going to have it out for Gardner. He's got to make a guy miss, and the second one gets him and actually may lose a yard as everyone covered downfield, and he dumps it off to Gardner, and it's 4th down and 8 now, so another big conversion play upcoming for the senior quarterback Parker Wright and his offensive unit as Dion Ballou checks in the game for Kai Cole. 4th down and 8. Ball at the 18-yard line. And this one of those plays that
confidence builder.
It's not a big deal tonight, but it may be this same play with a score tied late in the game sometime. Wright going to launch it up deep for Ballou, and he goes high in the air and comes down with a touchdown. And that's what you do with an athlete, folks. Throw it up there to him and give him a chance, and he out jumps the Warrior defensive back in single coverage, and Dion Ballou has a 20-yard or 18-yard touchdown reception from Parker Wright, his 2nd touchdown throw of the night.
Yeah, that's been our theme the last few weeks. Two touchdown passes for Parker Wright, 2 touchdowns for Jay Gardner, and
Summerhill's got to get his.
Yeah,
now.
Summerhill get his too. But nice play that time of Dion just jumping higher. And if I'm not mistaken, that was number 8, the guy that's listed about 6'3".
That shows you why he's an SEC commitment, or part of the reason at least. He showed you a couple of reasons tonight: jumping ability, catching ability, and speed. 35-0 our score with 1:33 to go in the 3rd. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog, back after this 30-second timeout. Homecoming 2009, 35-0 your score. 1:33 to go in the third. Jimmy Gardner along with Keith Coates, Tim Ballantyne. Perfect night for football, folks. Glad you settled in and joined us.
Jimmy, a bunch of big college games you can talk about a little bit later tonight as the game goes on.
Auburn traveling to Tennessee, and that is a big SEC game. And boy, has Auburn not been impressive all year long, as they're off to an undefeated season, an undefeated start, and passed a big first test, West Virginia, handily, and now they go into Rocky Top territory, and the Tigers looking to march on. Another good end-over-end kick down to the 5-yard line, fielded by Pate. He had a big return to open the second half, this time trying to take it outside, and Jonathan Bates says no sirree at the 23-yard line. Good, tough running once again by the senior, William Pate, 5'5", 120-pounder with good speed for the Warriors. But Jonathan Bates having a great homecoming of his senior year with 2 interceptions and a touchdown catch.
Yeah, just doing a great job, Jimmy, of staying at home, playing his reads, staying in the territory where he should be, and then just going up high for the interceptions both times, doing a good job. 35-0 with 1:21 to go in the third quarter. Austin Sullivan, Ryan Goodlow, Jamel Marsh, Charles Jackson, that's your defensive backfield. Linemen and linebackers the same. And they'll give to the fullback, and man, Ilkin Mills. And there's another guy, Keith, we just don't call his name enough. But Ilkin Mills, he plays that defensive tackle as good as anybody. Yeah, not a big guy, really. Gets there more on quickness. You know, I don't know his exact size, probably about 5'9", 195, 200, in that range somewhere.
Boston and Blazer, the junior and the senior, will check out, and Trey Rowell will check into the ball game, and he's one of my personal favorites, Keith. Just a great kid, a junior. And Rod Winston, the sophomore, he'll check in at defensive end for the Tigers. And Coach Mothershed getting Winston in there, I think, Keith, that sophomore, trying to build that depth, because he certainly has the potential. He's 6'2", 230 pounds, and man, he looks good on the hoof, but Coach Mothershed wants a little bit more out of him on the field, and getting him in there with the rest of those starters to work some depth.
I'm glad to see Chris May getting a break. Well, I was watching that play, and they had one guy drop down to his ankle, and the other guy hit him and drove him over him, and that's just the kind of stuff, you know, those chop blocks.
6'5", that's tough. So Ferguson and Mills with Abel and Winston in there, and then Trey Rowell at the middle linebacker, J.D. Williams, the senior, at the outside linebacker. J.R. White. What a steady performer J.R. White is, and many colleges will come calling next year in his senior year for J.R. White. 2nd and 5 at the 30. Canterdy will keep it around the left end, and he'll have a Wilson first down out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as Cody Dobbs and also Tevin Hampton check in the game for the Deshler Tigers with time ticking down. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. And at the end of 3, it's Deshler 35, Wilson nothing. We'll be back with an exciting fourth quarter of play after this 60-second timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
Starting the fourth quarter right here. Let's see. Wilson will have the ball on their own 36-yard line. Be a 1st and 10 after a good run by Canterday on the last play to end the third quarter. And Deshler now with a lot of substitutes. Jimmy, you've got those.
Hampton at one end and Rod Winston, Cody Dobbs, and Stephen Abel at the tackles. Begin the fourth quarter play. They'll give to the fullback, and he'll have only a couple. It's Cody Dobbs and Stephen Abel, the birthday boy there, with Trey Rowell. And it's 2nd down and 8 for Wilson. Deshler on top, 35-0. Good to see some of these younger guys. And Keith, one thing we want to talk about is Parker Wright having a great night tonight. But besides that, we're all thinking about, you know, can we win the state championship, and what do we need to do, you know, to get to this goal and to that goal. But you got to stop and think. Now here's a guy, a senior, and right after this play, I'll finish that thought. 2nd and 7. Canterdy will keep it around the right end. And J.R. White there to make the stop at the 45. It'll be 3rd and 1. But you have to remember, that now for the rest of his life, 2 touchdown passes, over 100 yards passing in my homecoming game my senior year. And every homecoming game he comes back to from here on out, nobody can take that away from him.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, he stepped up tonight, had a big night. We sort of felt like, even without the coaches telling us, they might give him a chance tonight to shine a little bit. And he's been, on the money with all of his throws, and he's just done a really good job of leading Deshler tonight.
3rd and 1, Wilson at their own 45, quarterback sneak, and they push him back. The Tigers push him back. Great job in there. Stephen Abel and Cody Dobbs, 2 juniors who will be called on heavily next year, I know, for Deshler. And it'll be 4th and 1 after they stop him for no gain. And here come the first teamers back out on 4th down and 1. And I'm saying, hey, I might leave them same guys in there. They're doing a pretty good job, Coach.
Yeah, they did control the line on that play for sure. Pushed the quarterback, held him to no gain on that play. So we'll see here on 4th and 1. Look for the big fullback to get it.
Wilson going to go for it inside their own territory at the 46-yard line. Kennedy with a long snap count. Tigers hold. Good job, Deshler defensive line. Nobody jumps, and Wilson will take timeout. And we'll take timeout as well with your score. Deshler 35, Wilson nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Back in 30 seconds. Great night for high school football all around the state of Alabama. Big rainstorm comes through the area early this morning. Woke me up about 3:30, Keith.
Well,
I think I'm getting some age on me because I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah, I've been read the paper.
4th down now to begin here after the timeout. 4th and less than a yard. Wilson still going for it after the timeout. I'll give it to the fullback, and I don't think he made it, folks. 2nd and 3rd effort maybe, but I don't believe so. Rashad Thompson, J.R. White there to meet him at the point of impact. Let's wait on the spot of the football. Dylan Boston says Tiger football.
What about it, Tim? You're right on the line there.
1st down without a measurement.
I thought he was a foot 6 inches short. But
And that may be the official saying, hey, man, he earned it on that 3rd and 4th effort, did the fullback, but still great job defensively for Deshler. And now wholesale subs coming in. It's Aaron Brown in the ball game, Ben Floyd, Seth Daniels, Austin Sullivan, Rod Winston, Tevin Hampton, Stephen Abel, Cody Dobbs, J.R. White hustling off the field. He makes it off in time, and they'll give to the fullback, and just nothing to do, and that's big Trey Rowell in there. And he stands up. It's 55 on 55. He stands Williams up, and it's a big collision, and Williams will get only a couple of yards as Tucker Norwood checks into the ball game for Deshler along with Kai Cole.
Yeah, and Aaron Howard in there, number 44, playing an outside linebacker position.
The Animal,
on the tackle.
they call him.
The Animal.
The Animal. 2nd down and 8. Good to see these younger guys getting the most of this 4th quarter now in homecoming 2009. 35-0, Deshler on top. Dion Ballou with 2 touchdowns tonight, both of them electrifying. Long snap count for Wilson. They'll pitch it to the tailback. It's Ben Floyd out there, and Stephen Abel's hustling from inside out. Floyd turned him in, and Abel's from his tackle spot. Tim Ballantyne hustles out there, and the junior continues to be impressive on both sides of the football for Coach John Mothershed.
just a great effort by Stephen Abels there to get outside and make that tackle.
And Keith, bless his heart, he's had to go through. His name is Abel, Walter Abel. You know our buddy.
Yeah, I know Walter.
Yeah, well, it's Abel's. I can't help it. I'm putting that S on the end of it every time. 3rd down and 5 now for Wilson, just inside Tiger territory. Kennedy on a broken play will be brought down for about a 2-yard gain. Trey Rowell, and also in there for the Tigers, that is Tevin Hampton on the stop, the junior. So it'll be 4th down and about 3 now for the Warriors with the Tigers on top, 35-0.
Jimmy Trey Rowell, one of your favorites. He just looks like a middle linebacker, doesn't he?
Man, I
don't know if it's the number or just the way he stands out there, but we get a lot of playing out of him out of the next 2 years.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of those that, man, when his time comes, he is gonna be ready. Kennedy will keep it on 4th down. He's pushed back. Now a couple of Warriors come in and try to push the pile, and he may advance it enough after that second push.
If they gave him that last one, I guarantee you they give him.
1st and 10, Wilson, and give a lot of credit to the Warriors for staying in this football game and battling the whole way. It's 35-0 with 7:09 remaining in the ball game. And next week on the road versus East Lawrence, and then on the road again. And that's twice this year the Tigers have had to make back-to-back road games, and then back home for the final 2, of course, Brooks and then J.O. Johnson.
Yeah, ought to be exciting stretch run here.
Man. And then we enter that 3rd season, that playoff run we hope 5 games long. 1st and 10, Wilson inside the Tiger 45, trailing by 35, but not giving up in this contest. Kennedy will push it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
As I always think, Jimmy, as you start talking about the Brooks game, sometimes when those really big games, you can ride through the dips up here on Friday about 1 o'clock, and there'll be blankets all out through the home side here where people have slipped in here and saving their seats for that night. So it always kind of gets you fired up early on your lunch break.
2nd down, we'll call it 5 to go at the 38. 6 minutes to go in the ball game, 35-0. Jimmy Gardner along with Keith Coates, Tim Ballantyne, glad you're with us for this Friday night of high school football. Kennedy going to look to throw it. Sed Daniels back in coverage, and it's complete for a touchdown. Wilson gets the score. 38-yarder. A 38-yarder, Kennedy to the Warriors wide receiver. He had single coverage and beat his man. It was William Terrell, the senior, with the touchdown grab.
Nice play, nice. He just ran a go route down the left hash mark, and they gave him time to throw, and he just lofted it up there. Defensive back almost got back, made a diving attempt there at the end, and almost knocked it down, but just a good throw and catch. Looks like Wilson will try to go for 2.
The Warriors will go for the 2-point conversion. 5:56 to go and a 38-yard touchdown. Kennedy to William Terrell for the score. Kennedy going to keep it on the option, and he has it into the end zone, so it's 35-8 now. Tigers on top. And the Warriors will kick off. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is...
Welcome back, Keith. Really, truer words never been spoken. It's not just football.
Yeah, it's Tiger.
It's a community event.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's everybody out.
You're right.
Boy, we try to tell everybody most of the time who all made it out to the game. Yeah, I had one lady tell me one time, she said, I hate to come to the game. I can stay home and find out who all's there. 35-8 with 5:56 to go in the contest. Homecoming 09. Miss Courtney Ricks, a beautiful homecoming queen for Deshler. And getting all kind of great reports, folks, from the hallways of Deshler High School. Just off to a great year here, as Wilson appears to be setting up for an onside kick. And that's Coach Massey teaching his team, hey, we're never out of it. We're never going to give up. Look like they're trying for the onside. And it takes the high bounce, and let's see who gets it. Zach came up, and it bounced off of him, and it looks like the Warriors may have the football. And Zach is hurt. He is writhing on the ground there, Jason Zach. And he'll stay down, as it looks like he's grabbing an arm. And, man, we can ill afford to lose that young man. Oh, my. My. Boy, let's just hope it's a bruise or a sprain and not a bone. As it looked to be, he was grabbing either one of his arms. As he came forward and got it on the high bounce, Keith, and it just got off the top. It looked like it was shoulder pad, and he just took a couple of vicious licks from the Warriors. And he is staying down on the ground. Hopefully he will be okay. we'll take a quick 30-second timeout with your score. Deshler 35, Wilson 8. You're listening to Tiger Football on the Big Dog. Zach is walking off the field, and folks, we can't tell here if it is a shoulder or maybe a leg. It looks like he may have hurt his leg, and our first teamer's now going back into the ball game for Coach John Mothershed. I think that kind of upset the coaching staff to try that onside kick here with 5:51 to go in the game. Tigers up 35-8. And we'll try to get Tim Ballantyne to get us a report on Zach. It may be working on a leg, as Canterdy will be hog.
He's got you down there. Tim's ready for you. What about it, Tim?
I believe he just got popped in the thigh in the groin area.
Hopefully he will be okay.
A bruise maybe the most, I think.
Very scary moment, though, for Tigers. As we talked about, Tim, not very deep are the Tigers this year. Can ill afford to lose really anybody off either side of the football.
No, that's something that, like we've been talking the whole game. We're trying to work some people in, but, any one of the starters losing him could be a big void and hard to fill.
And Zach, Keith, one of the question marks, let's be honest about it, coming into the year, but he's answered the call, grading out higher than any of the linemen at least a couple of games this year, and just having an outstanding senior year, as Goodlow knocks it away on 2nd and 10 at midfield on the pass attempt by Canterdy.
Well, you can just stand debate all day long on when to pull your guys and when not to pull your guys, but like we were talking during one of the breaks, one thing that's sort of rubbed us wrong the last few years is a lot of times we'd get a big lead and pull our guys, the other team leave their first teamers in, be throwing passes all over the field. I remember years ago in a game that happened, and yet, we're supposed to hold off and not put the starters back in the game.
I don't know, because I kind of agree that you ought to keep trying to score if you're down. Yeah. I mean, that's a life lesson, to keep battling, keep trying, and I don't know. They give to the tailback, and he's going the wrong way, folks, as the Tigers all over him, driving him deep back to the 39-yard line, but they'll stop his progress at the 44-yard line, and it'll be 4th down now and about 16 to go at the 44, and the Warriors will have to punt it away with 4:35 to go in the game, 35-8. But that is a tough.
Well, it's just
a tough
like I said, it's just debatable on which side you want to get on, and maybe sometimes they feel like maybe when we do some substituting in a 35-0 game, maybe they should do a little bit of substituting.
And we talked about, us trying to get a field goal late in the first half, up 28-0. Well, they're thinking maybe later on we'll need that onside kick, and so they try that. But it didn't go over very well.
It's a good debatable thing. It's one of those opinion things.
Delay a game against the Warriors will back the ball inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Tigers 35, Wilson 8, homecoming 09. Courtney Ricks, the 2009 homecoming queen, and a beautiful homecoming court to accompany her at halftime. Want to say one more time, welcome back to the class of 1990, as they'll kick the ball to Dion Ballou at the 30-yard line. Ballou will take it around the left side. Backtracking, makes a move, and hauled down at the 38-yard line. And Justin Cantrell will take over at the helm of the Deshler offense. Tucker Norwood, Taylor Gross, Will Davis, Trey Rowell, Rod Winston in there for the Deshler Tigers. Thomas Freeman, Ben Floyd, Austin Sullivan, and Stephen Abel, I believe, will center the football for Deshler. Also checking into the game, Adam Patterson, the sophomore. He may be at the center for Cantrell, and he is. So Adam Patterson getting in there to lead this Tiger offensive unit. Cantrell, the freshman quarterback, most likely, folks, a 3-year starter coming for the Deshler Tigers. As Cantrell going to roll out, looking to throw it deep to Austin Sullivan, and in and out of the hands of Austin Sullivan, the senior, had his chance there at glory at the 35-yard line, and a beautifully thrown ball off the arm of freshman Justin Cantrell.
Yeah, just one of those timing patterns, like you said. Jimmy was wide open and just sort of mistimed his jump. He was sort of on his way down as the ball got there, and he just couldn't quite hang on to it.
What about
nice throw and catch?
Yeah,
almost catch.
Justin Cantrell. What a future he has. The Deshler signal caller. Give to Minor over the right side. Will Minor will go for about 8. Oh, and he gets a bad spot at the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go as Joe McElwain, now the freshman, checking into the ball game for Rod Winston. And I think Winston showed Coach John Mothershed something tonight, Tim Ballantyne. Good effort defensively and offensively by the big boy.
That's right, Jimmy. I think he's figuring out he really wants to play a little bit and put forth good effort tonight.
Good job, Rod Winston. 3rd and 3 now. Cantrell under center. In motion goes Freeman. He'll give to Minor over the right side, and he's tackled in the backfield. It'll be 4th down, and let's see if we won't go for it now, and I believe we will. Maybe the boot pass here, Keith, on 4th down and about 3 to go. Ball at our own 44-yard line with inside 3 minutes to go in the game. Deshler leading 35-8.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting call right here. See if he wants to let the young freshman throw it.
Maybe
like you
Floyd.
said, a short pass. Yeah, Ben Floyd showed that he has excellent hands.
Gonna be
lined up at tight end on this side.
Norwood and gain Floyd next year, I believe, at the tight end. And here he comes across the middle. Cantrell going to launch it for Sullivan deep, and he's got it inside the 40 to the 37-yard line and out of bounds. So on 4th down, Cantrell loads up and goes for it and gets Sullivan open inside the Wilson 40 with 2:24 to go in the game. Deshler 35 and the Warriors 8.
Jimmy, give credit to Austin Sullivan over there. Didn't hang his head after he dropped one, went right back in there, forgot about it, can't do nothing about that, and didn't get a good job of making sure his feet were in bounds.
And I guarantee you 2 weeks from now, that'll be the one he remembers.
That's right. Did a good job of just getting his feet in bounds.
Good job, Austin Sullivan. Cantrell going to roll out, getting pressured. Going to have it complete to Tucker Norwood at the 30-yard line on a penalty play. And boy, Cantrell got hammered on that. But talk about building some confidence and also Tim Ballantyne showing folks, hey, when my number's called, I'll be ready, Justin Cantrell.
Jimmy, just going to tell people watching, looks like Jason Zach's doing a good job moving around up and down the sidelines down here. So I don't think it was anything, like a sprained ankle or a knee or anything like that. I think he just
man, that was scary though.
Tim's
he got pounded.
Tim's hollering.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, your phone.
1st and 15, illegal man downfield.
1st and 15.
Back outside of the 42, Cantrell going to roll out, looking to throw, sets his feet, going to rifle a bullet downfield for Sullivan. He's got it.
He'll remember that one.
Tiger touchdown. Austin Sullivan, the senior, and a beautiful throw from freshman quarterback Justin Cantrell, and it's a 37-yard touchdown pass by the young guys with 1:52 to go in the game. Deshler 41, Wilson 8.
Jimmy, I kind of laughed at Justin Cantrell was telling him, hey, Coach, I see that guy in the flat, but I want to go vertically. I want to go long.
That's right.
And he's loading up and throwing it about 40 yards down the field. And again, give Austin Sullivan credit. That time he just looked that ball in, wide open, running good routes, and we're going to go for 2 here.
Congratulations, Austin Sullivan, the senior, and he worked hard, folks, and he deserves that touchdown. And Cantrell going to roll out on the 2-point conversion. He's got it complete to Tucker Norwood, his second 2-point conversion attempt or completion on the season. So freshman to freshman, and it's 43-8 with 1:52 to go in the game. Deshler leading the Wilson Warriors.
Boy, what a confidence builder there. Like you said, for pitching a pass, Tucker Norwood, Austin Sullivan, Justin Cantrell going deep, the line giving him time to throw, and, working on their 2-minute offense a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Cantrell really looked sharp on that drive.
I've been sort of asking you and bragging on him a lot in the pregame. I watch him throw a lot, and I've been noticing, how strong of an arm and how accurate he is. And like I said, he really shows that he likes to throw it downfield.
43-8, Tigers on top. Well played ball game by the Deshler Tigers. And they'll kick off to Wilson. And on the kicking team, it's Aaron Howard, Maurice Reed. Henry will still kick off. Seth Daniels, Kiefer Ritter, Ben Floyd, Kai Cole, B.J. Whitfield, Chandler Lewis in there, the freshman. And I believe that's got him.
Well, we don't have 24.
24 is the one we lack. And number 24. 43-8. Little squib kick by Henry. It'll be fallen on by Wilson at the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Warriors. And checking in now to the ball game for the Deshler Tigers is Grant Johnson, Cody Dobbs, Tevin Hampton, Rod Winston, Ben Floyd, Trey Rowell, Aaron Howard, Kai Cole, Chandler Lewis. Cole checks out. Tucker
B.J.
Norwood.
Whitfield.
Yeah, B.J. Whitfield in there. And also that number 24. Find out 24.
24 is Malaby Hawkins.
Yeah, Malaby Hawkins. Man, I can tell now once you say his name. He is a good-looking specimen out there and just a freshman. Lewis going to give to the fullback in the animal, Aaron Howard there to meet him. Also, Grant Johnson, the senior, with a big tackle in his homecoming of his senior year. Good job, Grant Johnson.
Kyle Penley going in the game.
Ritter. Penley.
Ritter's going in.
Yep.
Jimmy, real quick, I wanted to say something that we were talking about at halftime. If you get a chance, they say the 7th and 8th grade team is really exciting to watch. They play at home, I believe, the next 2 Mondays. Understand they got big offensive linemen out of that 8th grade
If
team.
you're worried about the future, don't.
They said they got 5 running backs on that 7th grade team that are interchangeable. So come out and watch them and support them.
And literally, folks, score on any play is 5 of them. And you know, for that to happen, Keith, you got to have good blocking.
Yeah, you do, and you know, understand the junior high coach is doing a great job with them. I believe Clay Williams is in charge of that.
Clay Williams. And hey, you want to talk about a record that he's building as a coach? It is very impressive, Coach Clay Williams, and he's brought such stability to that program as well. Tyree Ragland in the ball game, big hit that time by Johnson again, and also Kyle Penley in there on the tackle for the Deshler Tigers, just a freshman. So good to see Tyree Ragland getting some playing time here. 43-8, Tigers on top. Wilson going to try to throw it. Big Aaron Howard dump the quarterbacks. He'll throw it downfield, and it's caught. And giving chase for the Tigers is Maurice Reed, but Pate will take it in for the score. Terrell will take it in for the Wilson score.
67 yards, Jim.
67 yards on almost the last play of the game. Inside 10 seconds left. And it is Pate. Pate on the touchdown for the Wilson Warriors. And a new quarterback came in the game.
Yeah, call that now.
Yeah. Coma. Joshua.
Okay.
Trachoma. I don't know. But he threw a pretty ball down the Deshler sideline, and we had good coverage down there. Maurice Reed there, but he got outraced down the sideline, and the Warriors will go for 2 now. 43-14 your score. They'll quick pitch it out to the right side, and he'll take it in. So with inside 10 seconds left, it's Wilson trailing the Tigers by a score of 43-16. And boy, was some fireworks here by the underclassmen here late in the game, and you gotta love to see that because, hey, that quarterback, he's just a junior, 6'2", and he'll be back, and we'll know how to pronounce his name next year, I guarantee you. Trascoma. 43-16, Tigers on the road next Friday night versus the East Lawrence Eagles. Homecoming 2009, a big success, Charlie Hovatter and Parker Wright, a big part of it, the senior quarterback. His numbers on the night for the Deshler Tigers, very impressive, 2 touchdowns and 10 of 16 passing for 136 yards. So good job by the senior. and still plenty to work on for the Deshlers, but however, not too much defensively.
Yeah, you're right. Defensively, we just another stout game, but start throwing up those passing numbers gives the defensive teams that we're going to play against in the next few weeks something else, another headache to work on. They're starting. They're going to say Deshler's starting to pass more now, so that's going to help us down the road.
That's right. You're exactly right. Brooks at Howard Chapel Stadium in 3 weeks after 2 weeks on the road to East Lawrence and then at Ardmore. Courtney Ricks, a beautiful homecoming queen, had a beautiful court attendance all around. And our final score, Deshler 43, Wilson 16. We'll be back with a William Gardner postgame show after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Tiger Football.